learning major changes are on the way to the bill mandating Indiana schools have armed personnel on the grounds at all times.
It seems lawmakers are hearing and reacting to complaints from Hoosiers. RTV6 reporter Norman Cox has the latest from the Statehouse on this developing story.
Hoosiers are leery about several portions of the gun bill, but the biggest problem appears to be making it a mandate and giving schools no choice about giving somebody a gun with instructions to ward off any attackers. One grandmother, an anti-gun activist, said it's embarrassing that Indiana is even considering such an idea. She said having trained officers is one thing, but she said putting inadequately trained teachers or principals in that role would be horrifying.
We want common sense, bipartisan legislation to reduce gun violence, and we don't want something that is just frankly silly for a right-leaning libertarian state like Indiana to consider forcing schools to have an armed person is just ridiculous.
One retired IPS principal who had to deal with a shooting on a school bus said putting more guns in schools is not the way to reduce the chance of shootings. She wants more social services funding with an emphasis on counseling for troubled youths.
We cannot afford to expose them to any risk that would involve guns being on the property and people who have not been properly trained are being the ones that have these guns. It's probably simplistic to some people that the way to respond to guns is another gun.
Supporters of the mandate say the gun carriers would be trained like a regular police officer. But school officials say it's financially and educationally impossible to have those people gone for the 4 months that training requires.
Not really. I mean, we want these people in the classrooms doing what they're supposed to be doing, teaching kids, principals, other employees of the school district. That would be a lot of time out of the school district for sure.
Dr. Tim Brown, the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, which is giving the bill a second hearing, says he's leaning toward removing the mandate from the bill so that having armed guards would remain voluntary, because he's gotten the message from Hoosiers that they don't like the idea at all. At the State House, I'm Norman Cox, RTV6.
And the committee is scheduled to vote on removing the mandate either later tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. We'll alert you when it happens here on RTV6 or on our webpage, theindychannel.com.